Hi everyone, this is Sumant from Decode Now. Welcome to the lecture series on building a Spring Boot application to perform basic CRUD operations. So in this video, we'll be having a glimpse on what is Spring Boot, why is it so popular, and how can we start building a Spring Boot project with a starter code which we can get from a tool called Spring Initializer. So all this we'll be discussing in this particular video. So let's jump into the video. What is Spring Boot? So Spring Boot is currently the #1 framework to build REST APIs and also to build microservices and also to build web applications in the Java ecosystem. So another question arises like, why is it so popular in the Java ecosystem? So to answer that or to understand that, we'll have to go back to the days where there was only Spring framework. So if you wanted to build a web application using only Spring Framework and connect that particular application to a database and have all the production ready features for this particular web application, it would take around 10 to 15 days to have the setup ready for this particular application. But with Spring Boot, it automates everything. Using Spring Boot, we can have a production ready application very quickly and focus more on the business logic. So that can be done by the starter project, which will be provided by a tool called Spring Initializer. So let us look into what is Spring Initializer. So Spring Boot Initializer is a web-based tool provided by the Spring team itself, and it allows us to quickly create and configure new Spring Boot projects. So for example, what we have to do is this Spring Boot Initializer is very user-friendly to use. We just have to select various options and dependencies. Then it will automatically generate a project structure with all the necessary configuration files and starter code required for our project. So this is a very easy to use beginner friendly tool which we can use to get started with our Spring Boot application project. In the next video, we'll be talking about all the necessary configurations or the options that we'll be selecting in Spring Initializer tool and also the various dependencies that we require for our project and get started with our Spring Boot application. So see you in the next video.